Welcome to Virtual Coffee with Dawn Rickabaugh, the Note Queen, where we talk about owner financing and notes. Financial solutions, one mom and pop to another.
I'm looking at your email, so why don't you articulate it since we have you on the line?
Okay, well, you might remember sometime early this year or a few months ago anyways, I went on the virtual coffee call, and I was talking about how do I get, if I have a loan, I have a note, let's say I have a note to somebody in Texas on a house in Texas, right. And I want to bring in a passive investor, a private lender who wants to give me money based on the security of my note, and I want to get some of the cash flow, and I want to give them some of the cash flow. What's the best way to do it? And we talked about partials, hypothecation, split partials. We talked about all kinds of instruments. So then yesterday I was talking to a man who's worked in the mortgage industry, like with banks for 25 years, and he also has a law degree, and now he runs capital management with mortgage pools and stuff. He's very, very educated, and he 100% put his foot down and said, nope, that's all securities. You can't do that. And the best way to do it is, which is something you had mentioned one time about a year ago, I heard you mention, was to just give your passive investor a promissory note, and if you ever defaulted on that promissory note, they would get your note, but it's a separate note. And you had mentioned that, and it's not recorded. So I just wanted to know what your thoughts were.
Okay, so first off, thank you very much for bringing that up, and refer to my disclaimer at the beginning. I'm not an attorney, and if you ask 100 attorneys, you're going to get different answers.
They all say something different.
Right. So what I'm telling you is just what has been done for eons in the note business. But what you're talking about, a note secured by a note, is a hypothecation. So what I think.
Well, he was saying, I said that, and he said, no, it isn't.
Okay.
And that's where I got confused.
Okay, so I don't know. I've been confused for many, many years. I just stumble forward, but it's just a common state. But no, what you put in your email, which I think is a great idea, is like put the underlying note in a personal property trust, and share the beneficial interest in the trust. To some degree, maybe identified by some document like a promissory note, and nothing that's recorded externally or something like that. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, whatever you call it, it is kind of the same thing. But I do agree that I've been told a lot of times, like, oh, well, this, even one promissory note is a security instrument, or you need a securities license. Well, even if you're not hypothecating, even if you're not bringing in an investor, a promissory note by definition, is a security, right? So you can go so far as to say you have to have a securities license to own a note or carry a note or something like that, which is a little bit crazy, So anyway, everyone, each to their own, but partials and other such instruments have been used it's forever. I mean, there's a long history.
I know, and I said that. So I told him that,
but it's fine. So what you have to do is like, what do I feel good about? And if anything, why just put the note, promissory note, in a trust? Like you can put a property in a land trust, you can put a note in a personal property trust, and there you could have several different types of interest and their various interests and how they're paid out defined in that. So actually, in a way, if someone's recorded, like if I sell someone a upfront partial, I record them and they're secured in public record, right?
Yeah.
So if something happens to me, then they can recover the asset, right?
Right.
And go after it. In a trust that maybe me or someone on my team is the trustee for, the partial, the one I sold the partial to, they're not recorded independently. They're all tied up in my little world. And so a way I think it's sort of less secure, but it might like get you under the radar somehow. But to me, it's more secure really to give someone a recorded interest in public record versus, oh, I'm hiding in a personal property trust. I'm not saying that you're doing it on purpose, but like, what if my whole family went up in flames in a alien abduction? I don't know. But,
well, then I guess the person would have to hire a lawyer to
then it's much
go after the trust.
It's much easier.
Right?
It's much easier for them to say take over. They're already in public record as the lien holder, the legal lien holder. They can take over that asset with very little trouble versus having to sue and figure out what happened. It could take a lot of time and a lot of money. So anyway, I'm not going to go too deep in that, but I really appreciate you bringing it up. I think people should know about it. And if you have more definitive answers on that, we're going to move on from this topic, but please email Axel or chat in, and we'll try to get that feedback out to people if we feel like it has a lot of value. But
okay, well, thanks for the information. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot.
You've been listening to Virtual Coffee with Dawn Rickabaugh. For more, please visit notequeen.com.
This is how you feel if you have an unsecured note. There's nothing backing up your note. It's kind of a bad note. You see that bad baby note? Smoking and drinking. Feels very insecure because there's nothing behind it. If the person doesn't pay, there's nothing to do but maybe sue somebody or send Luigi or somebody over with the knuckle breakers. I don't know. Or you can have a secured note and feel really confident with a good little baby note. And because it's secured, you got a chain, right? You got a chain around that asset that you can take back if the note doesn't pay.